Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to talk about Cuties. And I saw it to better understand the whole controversy over it. And after watching it, I totally get why there's a huge controversy over it. It's a wonder how this was even made. So you guys probably heard the synopsis of Cuties already, but it's pretty much about this one girl who joins this group of like girls who dances. That synopsis right there is okay, but the execution of it in the movie, it's like, why? So pretty much the movie starts out, the girl seems to love her family. She helps this one guy who's helping with her home, and she's like 11. Keep in mind the dance group of the four girls, or five girls, but it's like really four girls dancing at a time, are like 11, so they're kids. This is important. There's a reason why I'm highlighting the age. So yeah, she sees a phone. It's a guys who works who's helping them with their house, the main girl actor. And besides telling the guy, or I should say he's telling the guy, but besides leaving the phone there, she steals it. Now, I in my head saying, okay, that's wrong, and she most likely will get caught. And in a character development wise, it'd be a good character development. I mean, she's 11. Kids would probably try to do that type of stuff, so I can't really get too frustrated with the girl about that. So I said, okay, she's most likely going to get caught. That was wrong. She's probably going to get yelled at for that. Later on in the episode, the guy realizes that his phone was stolen by the girl because he catches her, and I was right. He does get on her case about it, but that's way into the movie. So I was happy that they addressed that, did it that way without having her get away with it, because then that would have been wrong. So, oh yeah, one of the people there in the dance group that she ends up being in is one of her neighbors in this apartment complex that she's in. And at first, when her neighbor introduces her to the three other girls, they said, she doesn't look right. No, I don't want anything to do with her. Oh my god. And the neighbor saying, no, give her a chance. She's just going to record. And so she does. And the girl starts dance. And, I could see what they were, hinting at for down the line after everything that I've heard. But the first dance, I felt like that was kind of a mild thing, but still I was cringing what? It was. I'm not saying that the girls were bad dancers. Oh god, I know what they're going for. And then pretty much something happens where one of the girls can't really dance for a while. And so the main character goes in her place. Because, she's, after recording the girls dancing on the phone, she studies them. And she's a pretty good dancer. I'm not going to like say that the people who dance in here are bad dancers. All of them are good dancers. But there's just like this one part in the movie, and I was like, why? Where the camera focused on females' butts. For some reason, there's like a 30-second to a minute section where we see females' butts. And I was like, huh? Now, some of you guys who might be girls saying, well, aren't you a guy? Aren't you along that gender where you are like drool upon seeing a girl's butt? Not every guy is like that. I'm not one of those guys. I'm like, why would you have this in a kids movie? Like, why? Just having a whole 30-second to a minute shot of looking at girls' butts. I came to watch people act, not to see people's butts. There are plenty of websites, if I wanted to be that nasty, where I could easily go check out stuff like that. I don't do it, but I know I could because the internet is easily accessible, but I don't. Out of self-respect, and no. And so when the main actor, the main character shows some, like, the other girls some of the moves, it's like after that, because I do believe it's like after that, they like do these things that kids shouldn't be doing in terms of, like, especially in like dancing form. Like, they were doing like twerking and dance moves that were kind of like related to twerking, but wouldn't exactly be considered twerking, but still sexual. And I was like, why? I was cringing, like, why? Why are you having this in here? Like, and then, like, I'm not gonna go into, like, really too much detail, because it's like, oh, but they're twerking, and you see some shots where they have their butts towards each other's faces practically, and they're twerking, and then them touching each other's butts. And I'm not saying that girls don't do that, because I don't know if they, like, it's a normal thing for girls to do to each other, but showcasing that in a film, unless if you're trying to go for the whole, like, lesbian look, it's like, why? And even then, even the whole, like, trying to go for the whole lesbian look, these are kids. Like, really, these are kids. They shouldn't be doing this type of stuff. Like, shouldn't be showcasing this stuff. If it was like, what, 17? 16, 17? Then I feel like the general public would, socially accept it more. If it's like 16, 17-year-old, where it's like a year or two before, like, they go into adulthood. But even then, they still get some controversy over this. But I was like, why? Just why are you having 11, like displaying 11 years olds doing this weird, like, sexual stuff, like dance moves and things? And so, the girl kind of sneaks out because her mother and her grandmother or aunt, whatever, or those traditional people, those old types of people that, oh, if you show like your belly and has the like really like thin source where, okay, so I'm gonna stand up a bit, where it's like goes up to here on you, where you can see like more of your leg than you can see of mine, then that's a slutty outfit. And I can see what they might be getting at, but she does get caught by her mother. And the aunt or grandmother, I forget which one, but the elderly lady steps in from the mother hitting, like, pretty much attacking her child, because you can tell that the mother wanted to hit the daughter 7 ways till Sunday. That's how frustrated the mother was. And before I continue, even though this movie, I'll admit, should have never been made, I'm on the side that this movie should never been made. The acting in here was good. Regardless of the issues of this movie, surrounding this movie, the acting was pretty good. And in terms of dancing, even though I'm not going to refer to the times when they decide to sexualize the 11-year-old's dancings. When they were just like, we saw like the normal, somewhat normal dancing. You can tell they had talent. And they're talented people. Like, the cast in terms of actors and dancers were talented. It's just, why would you make a fucking movie where 11-year-old girls dance in a sexualized way? I don't get it. And so pretty much that doesn't stop the girl from doing what she does. Oh yeah, keep in mind that the main character did like post this like inappropriate picture online that did make her look like a slut, and what it led to, like, the mother wanting to slap her daughter 7 ways till Sunday was there was this one kid in class, because she was called up for to go in front of the classroom, and this one boy hit her butt. The teacher, rightfully so, sent him to the principal office. Because, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that unless it was like your spouse. And the boy would not shut up. The boy kept on going. He was going at it with the teacher. And then the girl, the main character, decided to put like a pencil in the boy's hand. Now, I got like a pencil like kind of going like into my hand when I was younger. Like this part. So it hit it missed the bone. It only went into the meaty part of my hand. It didn't go all the way through. And let me tell you something. Even that little like puncture hurts. It does not feel comfortable. It hurts. So imagine Oh, sharp object going through your hand. If I thought like a pencil going through my hand, like on the meaty part without hitting bone, that didn't go through, hurt. I was a like kid back then. Then yeah, hitting some bones and stuff like that. I can't imagine how painful that would be. And yeah, that was wrong of her to do. But the guy, the boys sort of like shut the fuck up and just went to the principal office because he escalated the situation. So that's, and then the mother heard about that, and that's what happened. And then shortly, like I feel like shortly after that, that's when the guy found out that the girl stole his phone. And then shortly after that, the girls who she was dancing with didn't want her to be a part of the group anymore. And then practically, oh yeah, and her like parents were like separated. Her father was getting married, and she was has to go. The entire movie practically was she also had to go to the father's wedding, and she had this African dress, which looked nice. It really did look nice, and they hinted at a few times in the movie that, like twice, two times, three times, that the main character was going through that thing that all females go through. I have a sister, older sister, who has that I know has gone through that, and she's older than me. So I'm kind of like, even though I don't totally understand how that works, I am at least aware of that process and how painful it can potentially be based off what my sister told me. If you're a girl, then you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, and like two times they showed slash implied that the main character was going through that female stage. Which, to be honest, that I wasn't really phased by per se, because I know that's one for one that's normal, and two, it wasn't anything really sexual. Like, it's a natural progression in life, so I understood that it couldn't be helped. And even that elderly lady that I mentioned earlier, she even said, "Oh, all the women, girls who go through that. I understand how that is. Let me help you get that out of your clothes." And she does. So, moving on from that awkward subject, the girl, and so, because there's this like big dancing competition, and one of the girls that couldn't dance in a while for a while decided to come back to school, and the girl, the main character's just sitting there like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here, normal like, you know. And the girl, that what we didn't see for like most of the movie, decides to walk, you know. And then the girl just pushes the girl in the water. And she pretty much leaves the girl to die. Because you can tell that the girl was having a hard time keeping up, floating. And I was like, okay, it's one thing to push someone in the water, which that was wrong of the girl to do. It's a totally different, like, entirely different, like, level where you just know that you can clearly tell that that girl has trouble swimming. If you can't swim well, at least call someone. Get an adult or someone that you know that can swim to help this girl out at the very least. But no, she didn't do that. She just walked away like, damn. Even when I was 11, like, I probably was an idiot back then too, but I wasn't heartless. I couldn't swim. I still can't, like, swim well. I'm learning slowly how to swim. But even back then, if I decided, like, if the 11-year-old me decided to push someone in the water and I see them swimming, I mean, they can't swim well. That, like, I would have gotten an adult. Say, hey, this person, they have trouble, they're not doing so well in the water. So, they can help that person. I might have gotten in trouble for pushing that person in the water if I did that. But, like, there's, like, the the honorable side. Like, if I see someone cannot swim well, and I know that they are like, their lives are essentially threatened, in that case, threatened about drowning, I will call someone. If I cannot help them, I will try to get someone who can help them, regardless if I'm the cause of that or not. That's just how I am. How I was back then, that's how I am right now. I have too much honor to just not do something if I see someone in trouble. And so I was like, And the whole reason why she did that is just so she can dance with the other 3 girls. In the performance. In this contest. And she does. She does. Even though the girls does not like it at first, they all said, well, since the other girl's not here, we have to make do with her. And they dance. And that whole dance routine turns out to be like a sexual dancing. And they do this, but all cutesy, like, air quotes around cutesy. And they do sexual dances. And I was like, oh, please just stop. Like, I don't mind seeing people dance. I'm a big fan of Dancing with the Stars. I don't see people on Dancing with the Stars really doing, like, sexual dances. I don't really see people on Dancing with the Stars twerking. Like, just stop having these kids do sexual dances. They're too fucking young for this type of shit. They're too young. And yeah, I know that some people get turned on by that. Like kids doing that. That's like, if you get turned on by kids doing that and you're an adult, just please unsubscribe to my channel. Just please go unsubscribe to my channel, because I don't support adults liking kids doing that. No. Just no. But, like, this movie was too much. It really was. It was too much. Like I said, the whole concept of a girl wants to dance, join a dance team, but struggling with, like, what her family wants her to do. I can get behind that concept. But the whole trying to make these 11-year-old girls dance sexually in a movie, like, God, why? And then in this dance routine that they're doing, there's these sparkles that goes in front of her, the main character. And like about 10 minutes ago, within the last 10 minutes, there was some like sparkle things that came in front of her face too. So she freezes. And none of the girls were saying, "What are you doing? Stop freezing. Come on. Just keep dancing. Keep dancing." The girl cries. And I guess that's when it hit her. That's when it hit her. Oh shit. What am I doing with my life? And then she goes running back home, where the elderly lady gets on her ass. Well, figuratively, poor choice of words. Where that elderly lady gets on her case, saying, "What are you doing? What am I seeing? You're just as a slut. What the heck? What are you doing?" And then the mom comes in saying, "Hey, back off from my daughter. Back off. Back the frick off." Like, I could tell in the yeah, the mother probably was disappointed in the daughter. But the mother was trying to get the elderly lady to back off, so the mother can potentially do her parental duties. And so then the girl cries into her mother saying, "Please don't leave me." And then the mother said, "You know what? You don't have to go to your father's wedding." And the movie ends with the girl, the main character, going in the neighborhood and hanging out with kids who are doing what kids normally does in that, like, for the age. Like, she is outside and she does some like there were like these people that were doing the whole jumping rope thing, where two people on the end swings the rope around in like circles, or the one or multiple people in the center jumps, tries to not trip over the rope. That girl did that, and I was saying, okay, that is what I would have preferred seeing the entire movie. Her doing what normal kids do, not this whole sexual shit that they had her do like this entire movie. Oh, and when she got caught the first time doing this dancing, there were like water splashed in her face, and it looked like she was having a seizure. And you can see like this area, like her shirt was on, but you can see this area. Like this area was kind of like popping out. And I was like, she's too fucking young for this. So, at the end of the day, I think Cuties shouldn't have existed. I am not surprised. I understand more and more why, like, after watching this movie, I completely understand why Netflix under fire for approving this movie. And I understand why there's an investigation going on, and I understand why there's so much negative backlash around this movie. I totally understand that, and I'm totally in support of people criticizing this movie, because it deserves to be criticized. It's sexualizing kids. And I was like cringing throughout the movie. Like on the parts where the girls were doing their sex, like the dances, I was like cringing, because it's like, okay, you guys are a good dancer, but there's no need for you to do any sexual dances at that age, especially in a movie. Like, I'm so happy that I like the people the group of people I surround myself with. They never had like that phase where they went through that, and I'm so happy that the group of people that I surround myself with has values and would never do this type of shit. This was disgusting. It really was. And I am not surprised why Netflix is losing money. I'm not surprised why Netflix is losing their subscribers. Now, yes, I still have a Netflix account because I am on this like binge watch for like the Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra shows, but I'm not surprised that people are deciding to leave Netflix. I like personally, I don't own a Netflix account. I'm using a relative's Netflix account. But this movie should have never been made. It really shouldn't have been made. And I totally like I said before, I totally like now I fully understand why there is so much backlash to it. And I watched it yesterday, like last night, and I had to watch like something else to like after it and I watched a Star Wars show after I was done. Like, I need something to distract me, and I watched Star Wars: The Clone Wars afterwards, and like I said, this movie should have never been made. I feel like this movie was like disrespectful to the kids who were dancing. They deserve better. This movie should have never been made. And if I had to give this movie like any stars between 1 and 10, I'll give it a 2. And the only reason why I'll give it a 2 is because the acting was good. I give credit to the acting. I wish I could give credit to the dancing, but they sexualized the dancing too much. Actually, no, I take that back. 3. Actually, no, 2. I'll keep that 2 because, yeah, it doesn't deserve more than 2. But yeah, this... And if you guys want to hear a real, more of an in-depth review of this movie, I highly suggest you guys watch that Star Wars Girl's review on this movie, because she does give this really good review on it. And when I mean good review, I don't mean she gives a good review, but her take on it is interesting. I like her take on it. But yeah, this movie's like Cuties should have never been made. It shouldn't. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. But and the only reason why I really watched it is for 2 reasons. 1, to review it for this channel. 2, to better understand why there's so much backlash surrounding this movie. And after watching the movie, I understand why there's such a backlash. And there's an investigation surrounding, I think, the people who made Cuties. And I understand now, sadly, so... if I ever had the chance to meet these people who made Cuties, I just would ask them, why? What made you think it was a good idea to make a movie like this? To sexualize girls, to sexualize children, I should say. Like, what triggered you in your mind saying, "Oh, yeah, this would be like a good idea to sexualize children"? Like, that would be my question. But what do you guys think of the movie? Have you guys seen it or heard like reviews of it? Let me know what you guys think of this movie. Catch you guys later. Love you all. Be kind to one another, and I'll catch you guys in the next video or live stream, whichever comes first. Love you all, and have a wonderful day.